Getting jacked is pretty easy. It's simpler than most people think. The process gets overcomplicated, but it really comes down to just a few core principles. If you stick to them, anyone can get there. It just takes some consistency and building a lifestyle around your goals. At its core, there are three things: training, nutrition, and lifestyle. And underneath all that lies an important emotional layer, keeping yourself grounded throughout the process without getting wrapped up in insecurity or self-doubt. The way I look at it is you're an artist sculpting a statue. Your body is the medium, and every workout, every meal, those are your tools. You want to be precise and critical, but you can't let yourself identify with the statue itself. It's doing art for the sake of art. You build for the love of creation. Sure, you want to display what you've built confidently, but without attaching your self-worth to it. Because at the end of the day, it's not about perfection. It's about enjoying the process of becoming. And I know that sounds difficult to hear, but that's just the sad reality. Let's talk about training. In the big picture, training is only about 20% in my mind. The other 80% comes down to nutrition, and this is where a lot of people slip up. You can't expect progress if your diet isn't aligned with your goals. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy the occasional treat, but most of your meals need to be clean, high protein, and made up of whole foods. You want foods that fuel your body and keep you healthy, because no matter how hard you train, or at least in my experience, you can't outwork a bad diet. And that's rule number one. Now on to training. There's only one golden rule: don't get injured. And the second rule is don't forget the first rule. If you're not healthy, if you're not surviving, then you're out of the game. So make sure you don't put yourself out of the game, put yourself in a position of danger, because I've been there and it sucks. For me, training with a balance of intensity and control works best. You need to push yourself, but you also need to train with intention. It's easy to get caught up in science-based programs and science-based tools, and there's value in that, but at some point, you need to embrace the grind. You need that grit in order to grow. It comes from the tension between effort and structure in your training. Most programs will work if you stay consistent. Whether it's push-pull legs, bro split, or something else, it really doesn't matter. Beginners have the luxury of making progress with just about anything. But over time, as a natural athlete myself and pretty advanced, progress begins to slow. That's when you need to dig deeper and focus on patience. A lot of people get discouraged when they don't see results right away, and I understand that. They start jumping from plan to plan, but the truth is, switching things too soon only delays your progress. So here's what I recommend. Write down a simple plan, stick to it for 3 months, and see what happens. It doesn't need to be complicated. Just stay consistent, trust the process, and let the work do the talking. Ultimately, the real key is learning to enjoy the process. I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. If you can't find joy in the journey, the tough days will get the best of you. There will be days when you don't feel like training. I've been there too many times. When everything in you tells you to stay home, relax, binge watch Netflix, those are the most important days to show up. The magic happens in the struggle. So that's my take, guys. Stick to the principles, train hard, eat well, and stay patient. If you do that, you'll see results. Without a doubt. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Now with that said, here's a little physique update. I'm currently 2 weeks out from my pro debut, and I'm excited about where things are at. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing.